Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some new Dodge Charger six-pack information. If you've been on Mopar Insiders lately, I've been posting a lot of stuff. Again, it's hard for me to come on here all the time just with family stuff going on, but I wanted to go through a couple of things about the new Dodge Charger six-pack. If you read Mopar Insiders, you heard the news. I broke the information that Dodge has pushed forward production of the new Dodge Charger six-pack models. So what the hell is a six-pack? A six-pack is a new twin-turbo 3-liter Hurricane inline six models. There will be two models available at launch. Both will be with standard all-wheel drive. The first one will be a four-door sedan with the 420 horsepower standard output Hurricane inline six. And the second will be the new Coupe version, which will have 550 horsepower and will have the new high output inline six under the hood. But a lot of people have been asking, what is going to be mated to those engines? What transmission? Is it going to have a manual? I mean, what is going on with this car? And I can confirm today that the car will not have a manual transmission. If you want a manual transmission muscle car, unfortunately, you're going to have to go over to Ford and go get a Mustang. Dodge will be strictly an 8-speed automatic transmission car going forward. This problem happened back in 2022 and 2023. There wasn't enough demand for manual transmissions, and the demand was ultra low, so they just discontinued it for a while. There was problems with the 6-speed manual in the Hellcats. They dropped it for a while, and basically 2023, they're like, hey, no one's buying manual transmissions. The number of manual transmission cars are super low. It's not worth releasing them anymore. Everybody wants an automatic. The automatics are faster, more fuel efficient, so let's just do it that way. So what we're going to see in this new car is an 8-speed, just like the outgoing car, but it's a whole new transmission. It's actually, the outgoing cars had a ZF 8 HP 70 transmission. That was for the Scat Pack and the 5.7 HEMI. Now we're not going to talk about what transmissions were under the Hellcats because this new inline six basically replaces the 5.7 and the 6.4. There's another version, what we've heard, and if you go on Mopar Insiders, you can read about it more. There is another version of a Hurricane, according to what Stellantis' head of propulsion systems, Mickey Bly, has said. There's another version of the Hurricane in the works. According to my sources, it's going to have like 700 horsepower, so it's going to have Hellcat rated horsepower. There will not be a V8, according to the current plans in the works, but there will be another inline six model coming. But that's all we know. We don't know much more than that. But you can go on Mopar Insiders and read all about that. Well, at least what we know so far. But for the ones that are coming out in 2025, we know that all of them will be backed by the Gen 4, not the outgoing Gen 3 ones like with the 2023, but a Gen 4 ZF-based 8-speed automatic. Now, what's different about this 8-speed is it has a different code name than what the ZF-built ones do, because this one's going to be built by Chrysler in-house at Kokomo, at their Kokomo transmission plant. This is going to be called the 880 RE. And if you go through here, I basically tell you right here all about it. The actual design of the transmission, this transmission is built using ZF's 4th generation design. The 880 RE is designed for rear-wheel drive based vehicles and brings top-tier performance with electronic controls supporting rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and 4x4 configurations. So this transmission is not just for the Charger. This is going to be seen on vehicles like the upcoming refresh of the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We know that for a fact. That it's coming on the Grand Cherokee, but it's going to be on several vehicles. So what this model is, because it's built by Chrysler, it's got a different code name. So 880 RE for Chrysler. If you were to get this through ZF, it is their 8 HP 80 Okay, same transmission, just because it's built by Chrysler instead of being shipped in from ZF, it's got a different code name. Okay, supposed to be faster shifting transmission, and the cool thing is this one right here is a hybrid transmission. So this is a plug-in hybrid, so this is an electric motor mounted to the transmission, just like what's on the Grand Cherokee 4xe, as well as the Wrangler 4xe. This transmission can do that. It can support mild hybrid technology. It can also support ICE capability as well for internal combustion engines. So the cool thing about this transmission is it's rated up to 600 foot-pounds of torque. So if you look back at the Scat Pack models from the outgoing cars, they had 475 foot-pounds of torque. This transmission can be has a rating higher than that. And if you look here, this is a picture. Let me zoom in here. This is a picture of the underneath of the new 2025 Dodge Charger 6-pack high output coupe. As you can see, independent rear suspension. Not much is different, than the outgoing L carb for, how the suspension setup is and stuff. But you can see it's got a true dual exhaust system going out the back. It's going to have it's going to be just like the Scat Pack ones, where it has a lot of electronic controlled, so you're going to be able to make it sound a little bit better. Other than that, it's not a whole lot different than the Scat Pack cars. It's going to be a new chassis, a little bit lighter than the outgoing chassis. We've seen that the Daytona models are really heavy. The 6-pack model should be a lot less heavier than the outgoing cars, but they're going to have standard all-wheel drive. The cool thing is, at least what Dodge is telling us, is you can turn off the all-wheel drive system when you want. There's going to be a button on the Uconnect system that will shut that off. So I had a 2014 Dodge Charger RT all-wheel drive car. I love that car. It was a 5.7 Hemi with all-wheel drive. I used to have to put a Z Automotive Taser on it, and I could shut the all-wheel drive system off and drive it like a rear-wheel drive car all the time. That's what these cars will do. Now, again, this is for 2025. 2026, we're hearing that we will see different, we might see a rear-wheel drive model for each car, and then we will see eventually the high output go down to the Sedan and the standard output go to the Coupe. It just is like Dodge is trying to make it so it's exciting launch after launch. So basically, how we had the Dodge Charger, for example, we had the Hellcat with 707 horsepower. Then we got an update with a new hood. So basically, the new hood design, and that gave it 10 more horsepower. So it was 717. And then we seen the red eye version with originally 797, and we've seen it go up to 807 with some stuff. That's the same kind of thing. They want to build excitement up. So they're launching the car with 2 different variants. We're going to see different models come out as the car goes along. But you can see here, it basically the SO and HO inline 6s are replacing the 5.7 and 6.4. So you're going to have 370 horsepower in the 5.7 like we had, compared to now we're going to have 420 horsepower, and then 485 goes to 550. If you look at torque numbers, the Hemi cranked out 495 with the 5.7. The Hurricane SO has 470, and if you look at that 475 with the 6.4, Hurricane's got 550. So it's going to be quite a boost. I'm hoping, it sucks that these cars don't have the Hemi Rumble, but I think these cars will super outperform the Scat Packs and stuff that we had on the outgoing cars. The car is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for all the naysayers to actually see the car in person. I think they'll fall in love with it once they see it. It's so much more upscale looking. It looks really great. I can't say it enough. I've seen the car probably 15, 16 times in person at different events. I've seen it on the road. I've seen it a dozen times. I got to actually open it and play around with it at the Roadkill Nights. So I'm really happy with how this car looks. The interior looks totally different. It's not the same interior that we're used to with the elephant skin dash and all that stuff. There's a 2-tiered dash. It looks really good. It looks a lot more upscale. Hopefully the prices for the ICE models stay down to where they were before. I would love to see, mid 30s for, or actually mid 30s to low, like maybe high 30s for the sedan, and maybe mid 40s maybe to mid 50s for the coupe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm really hoping that Stellantis doesn't make it so these cars are out of reach for most people. I think these cars have a lot of potential. I can't wait to see them. They're expected to be here 5 months earlier than what they were planning. They're testing them now. We've seen several on the road already, and hopefully we'll see them in dealers by next, probably late spring, early summer. So can't wait to see them in dealerships. I know a lot of dealerships are excited about this because some of them can't, only ones that are certified for Charger Daytonas will get them. Not all Dodge dealerships will get the new Charger electric car. So a lot of dealerships are holding out to get one of these cars that aren't Daytona certified. So we'll see them hit dealers midway next year. So stay tuned to the channel. I got a lot more stuff coming. See you in the next video. Bye.